Guys, so today I have the pleasure of reviewing the VW Touareg 3 litre TDI R line. So this is the spec just below their R model, which is the top of the range sporty version. This is just below that, and this sits at £52,000. But for £52,000 I feel you get a very nice looking SUV, very sporty, 20-inch black alloys, sporty exhausts, two tails, tailpipes out the back which are real. They do have a exhaust tip sticking through the middle of that, as you can see. Not loud when you start it, but to be fair you wouldn't expect that. Tinted windows, very streamlined looking with your chrome R-line logo, black wind mirrors, a very sporty looking front, very large grille with your R-line logo again. Yeah, it has a lot of road presence and looks very smart. It's very sharp. And like I say, for VW I think they've done impressive here, considering it's not, you wouldn't have them down as your luxury SUV, but it does actually give off that look of a luxury SUV. Tinted windows, your large spoiler lip here, or relatively large for an SUV. Looks a lot like the Bentayga, this, and there's a reason for that. It's because VW own Bentley, so they are that way inclined to make it look slightly like that, which I think looks very smart, and I can see why they'd want to. So using the key, the boot opens, power assisted, which is really nice when loading stuff in. So in the boot we have a large 500 litre storage space. On the right here we have a lever which you pop down. You can store your shopping bags on it. This lever here pops this side down, and then you just click it in, down flat, or not flat, it's actually slightly to an angle. This lever here does these two here, and pop it down and click it, and then you get a larger storing space if you're storing something large in the back. And again, you have this on the same side here to store your shopping bags. And you also have a tail lift, raise and lower, with the buttons here, and a 12 volt for if you want to hoover the back. And you also have a rear cover if you wanted something that needs to be covered in the rear. So again, yeah, pretty large at boot space. And this boot being power assisted, you just simply push the button, come away, and the boot will close. If you're underneath the boot, it will detect that you're there and will not close. It doesn't close if you're inside of it. So let's go on to the interior. So you can actually lock this car without the keys outside, and it locks. And then you can slide and unlock it as well, the same way. So here's your door card. Gloss black, not a fan of gloss black, just because it scratches so easily. Your memory seat functions here. Depending on who's driving the car, you can set it to suit. You can lock the vehicle. You have a brushed stainless steel look handle. Window controls, wing mirror controls, interior boot lever. So you just flick the switch and your boot pops open. Relatively large door card, storage. Not majorly large, but so this is impressive. You have a digital dash and a digital infotainment. Lots of controls on the steering wheel here to control all of this with, so quite impressive there. Bit of a bog standard steering wheel really, because I think it's the same steering wheel throughout all of their models, but has a slightly sportier feel to it with these lumps here either side, and it's not premium leather, but it's okay. The seats are comfortable. Not again premium leather, but nice. For £50,000 you're not going to get premium leather. We should actually get relatively good leather, but yeah, I just feel they could be slightly better. You also have an extended leg support here, which you can adjust through the infotainment, back and forward on the backrest, and back and forth with the base, and then up and down as well, and then lumbar support here. And you have your door sill, R-line door sill. It's pretty large actually, although earlier when I was getting into it I definitely did hit my head on the door surround. This is your storage, central storage, which is tiny considering how big it looks like it's going to be. And you have a USB holder to charge your phone if you want, or if you want to do it that way. But what is very good about this car, it has wireless charging, which is behind here, so you can pop that and leave your phone under there, or you can also slide it and it stays. That is pretty cool. And you also have a USB in there as well. Cup holders, gear lever, but obviously being an auto, just reverse, neutral and drive. And you can also go in sport mode, and here's your park button, start stop button, park lever, auto hold, which I didn't even know what that does, but I guess that's when you're pulling up to you just want to hold, just sitting somewhere. And this is your volume control and your radio on, and hazards. Here we have driving modes, so whether you want to be in sport, winter, normal, eco, individual, which is custom. And then over here you have your ride height, so you can raise and lower the suspension. So it's an air suspension. Very, very soft to drive. Really nice, actually. Really nice to drive. Passenger side is very spacious, large. Good air vents, good sizes. You've even got dual air vents there and over there. So ample to blast in your face with fresh air. Lovely full panoramic roof, which is incredibly slow when it opens and closes, but that is a nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. Very smart. Very smart. So let's go into the rear, where we will see the rear door card with a little sort of surround with very cheap looking, I don't even know what this is meant to look like, whether it's meant to look like stainless steel, but it's just plastic. Quite a lot of plastic in this car, but again, it's not a Bentley, so what do you expect? A lever to push the back seat down if you wanted to do it from in here. Isofix points, obviously for children. Relatively large, not small. You also have your rear air conditioning, climate controls for the passengers to sort out themselves, which is quite cool. You do have touch sensitive LED lights up there. Yeah, it is actually pretty nice. For 50 grand, you cannot complain. This is a lot of car for £50,000 if you're looking for a car in this price bracket. So I would be pleasantly surprised. Oh, sorry, I didn't also go to the center console in the rear. Again, store your cups, nice. Don't like the fact that it has it there with no cover, because when you sit in there, your elbow sort of falls into it, so you can't properly sit comfortably with it. But that's just me being picky. And you have your elastic storage for the rear passengers. So let's go in and have a look at the infotainment. So we'll turn the car on, loads up, my seat goes into the position which I'd set it to, and here are all of your controls. So you have a digital dash, which is nice, very modern, and you can flick through what you're viewing. So you click the view button on here, go through different aspects, looking at different parts. Fuel tank needs refilling. One downfall with this, so here you can control the speed of which the fan blows the heat out, but I cannot, and I mean in the comments, comment if I'm being stupid, but I cannot find how you can choose where the air comes out. So obviously through the screen, through mid-height, or through your feet. I can't find that, so I've just had it on everywhere because I don't really know how to do that. Heated steering wheel, which I've had on for the journey. Lots of controls, volume here. I've even forgot what it's called. Cruise control, sorry, set here. Voice control here, which is a bit annoying, not gonna lie. Yeah, to be fair, I am impressed. So this is nice squidgy leather, or sort of foam, but looks like leather with stitching going all the way along. Done audio, which I would assume is their sort of fancier audio. You have a edgeless rear wing mirror, which is pretty good. Yeah, I am. Yeah, so on overall reflection, I would say, for the price that you're paying, you know, £52,000, there's a lot of car here for that amount of money. A very sporty looking SUV, which I think is eye-catching. So yeah, so if you like my reviews, and you know, there's lots of ways I know I can improve, and if you think I can improve, please feel free to comment, because I know I'm not perfect, in the comment section, and please like and subscribe. I would be very grateful for that.